Hello, James Andrew here, recording for Cheap Ass MTG. Going to be playing some Legacy Cube today. So I'm sure a lot of people have been enjoying the Vintage Cubes been online recently. Legacy Cube is fairly similar, but the big difference is that obviously the most powerful cards are taken out, and that includes the artifact ramp. And basically all the ramp which isn't green. Which makes green pretty strong this format, obviously. So, considering fertile ground here, I think I'm actually just going to take the Serum Visions, though. Just because it's such a strong and versatile card. At this stage, you don't know which direction we're going, but Trip is a nice way to start off. So, out of this deck, I think I just like this Counter Spell. I like control decks quite a bit in this format, actually. A lot more than in Vintage Cube. In Vintage Cube, I think you really need pressure, and in your control decks you need to be more of a temporary deck. Whereas I think in Legacy Cube, a more pure sort of control deck is actually viable. Other decent cards in this pack would be like Spectral Procession if you want to go the tokens route. Duskwatch I think is fine in green, as is Sylvan Caryatid. But I'm going to take Counterspell here and be pretty happy with it. There's also Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Planeswalkers are a huge part of this cube. Really, really important. There's also Inferno Titan, which is a very nice finisher. But if we do end up blue-red, we're probably not casting this before turn 6. Which is, again, very different from in Vintage Cube. I'm going to take the Chandra here, I think. None of these lands are like super premium, so happy to take for Planeswalker. Okay, so we have Frost Titan here. There's also a Dismiss, a City of Brass, which is decent fixing for sure. We already have some fairly stringent colour requirements. We also take just Wandering Fumarole if we wanted to take a land. I don't think I want a 4-mana counterspell, even if it does draw a card this early. Dismiss I think often wheels as well. Probably just going to take Frost Titan here. This card's really, really strong. If this wasn't here, I'd probably take Wandering Fumarole, but take the Frost Titan, be pretty happy with it. Okay, so it's pretty hard to get enough shuffle effects for Brainstorm to be really good. Wretched Confluence, I think, is pretty bad. We could just take Spell Queller. But people do tend to play quite a lot of removal in this format. Probably just want Pyroclasm. It's a good sweeper for small creatures. Playing against, say, green decks are some of the strongest in this format, and this is pretty nice at killing mana elves and the like. So I like Terminate quite a bit. Yeah, so removal is generally more important in Legacy Cube than in Vintage Cube. A lot more people's strategy is going to be centered around creatures. Could also take like Whirl-a-Rogue or Spell Pierce if we wanted to stay straight blue-red, but I don't mind blanching out into a third colour here. I think Terminate is pretty good. Yeah, this pack's pretty mediocre, to be honest. Pact of Negation is playable, but 5 mana it's pretty steep. It's nice to be able to like tap out for Planeswalker and still have counter magic up, but the alternative is we take Old Man of the Sea, which is really good against certain decks. I guess I'm going to take this. We'll probably start off from the board, but it can be very good. Okay, so we could take Zealous Conscripts here. Given that we're blue-red, if we get some Splinter Twin pieces, that's definitely a thing we could do. And Zealous Conscript's just quite a good card on its own. If that wasn't here, we'd probably take Drowned Catacomb, but I think I'm going to take the Zealous here. Murderous Cut and Incinerate would be fine also, but not great. Okay, I think we'll just take a Trainer's Edict, I guess, here. It's probably a little better than Seal of Fire. It's pretty unlikely I splash white. I mean, it's possible. But I'll just take the Edict. Okay, I'll take the Dual Land here. Relic can be a fine sideboard card against Reanimator decks, but I think there's a pretty good chance we end up playing both red and black, so taking the land is pretty good here. Okay, Inferno Titan Wield is quite nice. We are getting a bit flooded with expensive cards, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll take Dismiss now, I think. We could also take Nivenrel's Disc. It's quite good with a lot of Planeswalkers. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Disc, I think. It's quite nice. Yes, I say, if your win conditions are Planeswalkers, this can be a pretty good card. Let's take Stormbreath Dragon here. Very unlikely to play it. Dark Dwellers versus Whirler Rogue. I guess we'll take Dark Dwellers. Okay, so we're sort of Grixis control at the moment, but certainly have outs to be a Splinter Twin deck of some sorts. Okay, probably the best card in this pack is Hymn to Torak, but double black's going to be really, really difficult for us. So outside of that, we've got Force Spike, which is fine, but not great. Got a fetch land, but it's not. It doesn't currently do anything for us. And we have Dragonlord Silumgar, which is one of the best 6-drops, I think. I think it's actually better than both of our Titans. But given that we have like 2 good 6-drops already, it does go down in value a bit. I could just take it anyway, though. It is really good. It takes there are a lot of Planeswalkers. I think it's between this and Hymn to Torak. I guess we take this. So we could just take like Lightning Bolt out of this pack. Obviously a great card. There's also like Negate and Dissipate though. We only have 1 counterspell at the moment. And we should be we should have plenty more chances to pick up good removal, being in with the colours we're in, so yeah, I think I'm gonna take a counterspell here. We probably just want to Dissipate, to be honest. Like for a lot of the good threats in this cube are creatures, so I think it's pretty important to have your counterspells be as broad as possible. Okay, so we can take Jace Beleren here. It's pretty good. It's kind of tempting to take one of these dual lands. Fetch lands, sorry. As I say, we don't have the dual lands to go with them at the moment. But we are pretty badly in need of fixing. Jace Beleren is a really nice card draw engine, though. I guess we take Jace here. Okay, I guess we take Blood Crypt now. Necrotal's good, but it's very tough on our mana. And yeah, I think we need the fixing more than we need a Dungeon Geist. Ooh, there's Kiki-Jiki. So Kiki-Jiki works with Zealous Conscripts. There's also Scalding Tarn, which would be the safer pick. It gets Blood Crypt. It's a tri-land for us, which is obviously excellent. I think I'm going to take Kiki-Jiki though. It just gives us outs to our deck being much better than a random control deck with draft otherwise. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. So Reflecting Pool isn't bad for trying to cast these like double red, double blue spells. Like it can certainly be a bit awkward, but think we might take it here. Like, Grim Lavamancer is pretty mediocre, so... yeah, I think I'm going to take Reflecting Pool. So Upheaval is an example of a card which is much better in Vintage Cube than it is here. We don't there just isn't enough mana in this cube for it to be really good. Ral Zarek is a pretty mediocre Planeswalker. We probably just want Firebolt, to be honest, as a way to keep us alive. If we kill some elves or whatever. Isochron Scepter would be like playable in our deck, but not great. Okay, I think it's pretty unlikely we play any of these cards. Like, we just have better expensive creatures in Icefall region already. I guess it's fine. Seagate Oracle's fine, I think. But it's a nice bit of card selection. And something to do early on. Ooh, Bolt and Negate both wheeled. That's quite good for us. I think we'll probably want Bolt a little more. Oh, maybe not. Negate's pretty good, I think. So many Planeswalkers. And it's not like we're really burning our opponent with Bolt too often. Okay, I don't think we really care about any of these cards. Forget what this card does. It's 7 mana, I guess take Chandra. Let's take this, I guess. Maybe against mono red, this is actually fine. Just like trade for something. Yeah, I'll take an Incendiary Flow, I guess, and hope not to play it. Okay, Gitaxian Probe or Scroll Rack. We don't really have any shuffle effects, so I guess take Gitaxian Probe. Grim Lavamancer is a sideboard card, but quite a good one. Okay, well, we've got a Deceiver Exarch, which is nice. To go with our Kiki-Jiki. There's also Badlands in the pack, which would be pretty great for us, but yeah, I think it's pretty clearly the Exarch here. Okay, not a great pack for us. We could just take like Doomblade, or we could take Read the Bones. Neither is very exciting. We have better expensive mid-rangey things from Siege Grand Commander. I don't really want to Read the Bones on the splash, but we don't really want Doomblade on the splash either. Wow, what a bad pack. Guess we take Doomblade, just because it's contextually more likely to be good, like in certain matchups. I don't think we're starting either card. Ooh, Steam Vents is nice. I don't think we particularly care about any of these other cards. But Steam Vents are a really nice pickup. Okay, I'll just take a Forbid here. Just to have a bit more interaction. Oh, surprised to see Raffello still in the pack. Green's green's like we've seen a bit of green, but it's not seemed like super open by any means. Augur of Bolas, is this good enough for us? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. I was going to say this protects our combo from removal, but I think this actually stops our combo. Yeah, because it counters the untap ability, so that's not really it's not really good for us. Let's take Augur of Bolas. Ooh, we can get a Splinter Twin, nice. So a shame that it's in the same pack as Temple of Epiphany, that would be fantastic for us, but we're taking Twin here for sure. Miscalculation would be very good too. So, there's a Temple of Malice here, but I'm considering just cutting the black from this deck. So I think we probably just want Electrolyze. Oh, there's also Gamble, which is, I think, new to the cube. I mean, the title of this card does not lie. Yeah, I think we probably just want Electrolyze here. The card's pretty good. Okay, so Restoration Angel is a combo piece, but probably not one we want. We're not going to splash white at this stage. So maybe just take Future Sight and bring it in against, like, other control decks or what have you. Or even Thassa. Probably Future Sight though, I think. Okay, we don't care about any of these cards. Take like a Disfigure, I guess. Yeah, we're still not playing any of these cards. So if we take out the black cards, either of these making the cut. I guess maybe Roast is slightly better than Incendiary Flow for us. Oh, we have a Terminate in as well. I think it is right to cut the black though, just because... So we have like 2 free black sources, but our mana requirements are so heavy and we have so little fixing that even just like putting 1 or 2 swamps in our deck is a pretty big cost. Okay, we might actually play Spellskite, I think. Just because it protects our combo from removal quite well. And probably cut Disc, I guess. Oh, I did not make that pick, but I have a Mirari's Wake. I would not have played any of those other cards, so it's not a big deal. No way we're playing Chandra's Phoenix, and this can actually be like a reasonable sideboard option against just like super mid-rangey creature decks. Okay, well, Magic Online had some issues at the end there, so we didn't get to make our last few picks, but I don't think there was anything in those packs anyway. So I think this is reasonable. It's Splinter Twin with, but we also have just 6 drops that can win us the game. We could try and cut these and go for more cheap interaction, but what we're bringing in isn't great. Like Grimlarvmancer is only fine. And I think this looks pretty solid. We can change it based on what we see from our opponents. The problematic part is going to be the mana for sure. So I think I want this Reflecting Pool. Generally, I think this card is quite bad. But given we're trying to cast double blue cards and double red cards and a triple red card, I think it is maybe worth it. And there are certainly draws where that make Reflecting Pool look truly horrible. But I think we're going to try it out. So 8-7 gives us 9 kind of 10 blue sources and 8 kind of 9 red sources. I think maybe want... I guess it's more important for us to find blue early, so we can play like our card draw and that, and to find our red sources. So maybe it makes sense to go this way around with the split. Okay, let's try this out. And I'll see you back for round 1.